General Hospital spoilers, Brennan reveals Morgan's secret. Carly makes new conditions. Port Charles is about to explode, and not because of mob violence this time. Brennan, the man who's been manipulating people from the shadows for months, is finally ready to drop a bombshell about Morgan Corinthos that could shatter lives forever. And Carly, once blindsided by his revelation, is about to turn the tables with a move that could change the Corinthos family dynamic for years. For weeks, Brennan has been hovering on the edge of General Hospital's storyline like a vulture circling its prey. While Sonny's been preoccupied with his business, Carly with protecting her family, and Jocelyn with trying to balance her college life with her boyfriend Dex's dangerous world, Brennan's been piecing together a secret about Morgan, a secret no one ever thought would see the light of day. The setup has been masterful. He's made quiet visits to people who knew Morgan before his death. He's called in favors from old contacts in Europe. And perhaps most tellingly, he's been spotted lurking near the Corinthos coffee warehouse, the very place that once became a crime scene after Morgan's tragic exit from Port Charles. Fans have been speculating wildly. Could this be about Morgan faking his death? About a secret family? Or something darker? Brennan has kept it all under wraps until now. The Wednesday cliffhanger is where Brennan finally pounces. In a private meeting with Carly at the Metro Court, he slides an envelope across the table. Inside is a photograph, grainy but unmistakable, Morgan alive, standing on a dock somewhere that looks like the Mediterranean coast. The timestamp? Just 3 months ago. But Brennan doesn't stop there. He claims Morgan didn't just survive, he chose to stay away. And according to Brennan, the reason is explosive. Morgan has been working under a new identity, tied up with an international syndicate that rivals even Sonny's power. The twist? Brennan insists that Morgan's been sending coded messages to someone in Port Charles for years, and that someone has been helping him stay hidden. The name Brennan drops sends Carly into a tailspin. Jax. Carly's initial reaction is pure heartbreak. If Brennan's telling the truth, Morgan's absence wasn't an accident of fate or a tragic casualty of mob violence. It was a deliberate choice. And worse, she might have been the last to know. But Carly is no stranger to dangerous games. She quickly shifts from grief to strategy. She demands proof beyond the photograph and threatens Brennan with Sonny's wrath if he's playing her. That's when Brennan reveals the ace up his sleeve, a series of recorded phone calls between Morgan and an unidentified Port Charles contact. The voice is distorted, but Brennan promises that with a little digital cleanup, Carly will hear exactly who's been aiding Morgan. While Carly wrestles with this revelation, Jocelyn catches wind of Brennan's presence in Port Charles and decides to dig into his activities herself. Dex, worried that Brennan could be a threat to Sonny's operation, reluctantly agrees to help. Their search leads them to a safe deposit box Brennan has rented under a false name, one containing more photos of Morgan, along with passports and financial records suggesting he's been moving money through offshore accounts. Jocelyn is torn between excitement at the possibility that her brother is alive and fury that he hasn't come home. Dex warns her that they might be walking into a trap. Brennan could be using Morgan's name to destabilize the Corinthos family from the inside. Brennan's motives are murky at first, but it soon becomes clear. He wants leverage. By controlling the narrative about Morgan, he can manipulate Carly, Sonny, and even Jax. If he can force them to turn on each other, his path to power in Port Charles becomes much smoother. In a tense confrontation at the docks, Brennan offers Carly a deal. Keep quiet about Morgan. Let Brennan expand his influence in the city without interference, and in return, he'll arrange for Carly to meet her son face-to-face. Refuse, and Brennan will release the truth to the press, painting Morgan as a willing participant in criminal enterprises overseas. Carly knows a deal with Brennan is dangerous, but she also knows she can't risk losing Morgan again. She counters with her own terms. She'll keep quiet, but only if Brennan provides her with an unfiltered communication channel to Morgan. No intermediaries, no delays. She also demands proof that Morgan is safe and not acting under duress. And then Carly makes a bold move. She adds a condition Brennan doesn't see coming. If Brennan wants her silence, he must cut ties with certain allies in Port Charles, namely, anyone connected to pikemen. This isn't just about Morgan anymore. It's about dismantling Brennan's foothold in Sonny's world. The fallout from Brennan's revelation is immediate and far-reaching. Sonny is blindsided when Carly tells him about the photographs. His relief at the possibility that Morgan is alive is tempered by suspicion. If Morgan has truly been in hiding, there must be a reason, and it may not be one Sonny wants to hear. Jax is cornered by Carly, who demands to know if he's been in contact with Morgan. His reaction, a mix of anger and guilt, suggests he knows more than he's letting on. Ava overhears part of a conversation between Carly and Brennan, and she begins to wonder if she can use this information to her advantage in her ongoing custody battle over Avery. Michael takes it upon himself to investigate the offshore accounts linked to Morgan, enlisting Brick's help to trace the money flow. Just when Carly feels she's gaining the upper hand, Brennan drops another bombshell. Morgan isn't just working with an international syndicate, he's engaged to the daughter of its leader. And if Morgan returns to Port Charles, it could trigger a violent retaliation against everyone he cares about. This revelation forces Carly to reconsider her conditions. She realizes that bringing Morgan home might not be as simple or as safe as she hoped. The week ends with Carly receiving a message on her phone, a short video clip of Morgan, looking older, with a faint scar on his temple. In the clip, he says just 3 words: "Mom, trust Brennan." The screen fades to black, leaving viewers questioning whether Morgan is truly aligned with Brennan or if he's sending a hidden message that only Carly will understand.